I think that there's a very good case for Jake to go the distance here, but I think it's going to be like a 5th or 6th round knockout. 8 3-minute rounds. Jake Paul circling so far. Anthony Joshua, center of the boxing ring. Not too much, nothing thrown, nothing landed. Jake Paul, guard kind of at his chest. AJ, high guard. Jake Paul, ooh, little off that back foot, little skittish so far. Very bouncy. Either he's trying to tire out AJ. Not too sure. Faint jabs by Jake Paul here. Nothing too much. Still circling around AJ. Massive size on Jake Paul, excuse me. Jake Paul trying to find that distance. He is at a 6-inch deficit. 82 to 60, or 76, excuse me. Can't do math there. Little jab to the body by AJ. Jake Paul bouncing, stepping in 1-2 to the body. AJ tries countering with a right hook of his own. Looks like they both decently landed. Not too much damage so far. Minute into the round. AJ's got to do something, especially if you're taking rounds, taking points. Jake Paul's definitely been more on the aggressive side, trying to look for that high, overarching power punch. He kind of leans in with an overhand. AJ tries to get into range. Left hook doesn't land. Jake Paul probably winning this round, but not much. It's just because AJ hasn't thrown much. Jake's just been trying to get in and out, which, again, that's all you need to win rounds. This is boxing at the end of the day. And it looks like Jake Paul with dirty tactics going to try and take AJ to the ropes and mats as they kind of got that hook around. Jake's going to try and make it sloppy. He has to. AJ, a very polished fighter, been fighting for 17 years. 11 of those being a professional boxer. He's coming in with a 28-4 record. AJ with the jabs. 2 minutes down. Jake ducking under all of AJ's jabs so far. AJ got to work to the body. Like I said, Jake is going to have to make this a dirty fight. He's going to have to get in the clinch. If you're Jake, that's going to be a strategy that you have to use a lot in this fight. Make it a dirty, sloppy fight. Get AJ fighting unconventional for somebody that's seen a lot of different fights. AJ just finding that reach. Jake with the two-headed jab there. Still circling. AJ still center of the ring, still taking control. Jake just still finding that range. AJ with a nice jab to the chest of Jake Paul. Jake does have his hands down. That is something to note. He's fighting in the corner now. Jake getting pieced up here. Not too much landing there out of AJ. AJ and JP, there's a lot of names here. We're fighting 6'1 to 6'6. Jake Paul being the shorter end of the two. Logan Paul on the sideline here is now fiance on the sideline. Or, yeah, Logan's wife, actually. I thought that was Jake's. Nice jab by AJ there. Sends Jake into the ropes. Nothing too serious. Of course, he was just backpedaling anyways. Round 1 is done. I think a lot of people would probably have that going Jake Paul's way just based on his aggression. I wouldn't say that much really landed, though. AJ definitely just trying to size Jake Paul up, I would say. That's very experienced of him, but I also think Jake kind of knew that going in. It's an 8-round fight. I probably have Jake up 1-0, but really not, like, doing much and whatnot. Trace, welcome in. I got to go in decision, then Joshua winning. I'm ahead of you, but won't say anything. You're all good. I might not also be live as well. But yeah, for anyone curious about the height and reach, so Anthony Joshua, the bigger guy, 6'6". He also has an 82-inch reach. Jake Paul, 6'1", has a 76-inch reach. By the way, Jumper, welcome back. But yes, but of course, I know you're busy. Keep your time. Have a good stream and enjoy watching. Thank you so much, by the way, Jesus. Much love out to you. Almost 6'7", exactly. But here we go. Round number 2 here, Nationers. Round number 2. Here we go. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in this round so far. Not too much. AJ's trying to find that jab. He's really testing out Jake. I think Jake still circling to the body for Jake as he lunges in. We've seen that a lot in his fights. AJ, again, the bigger guy, trying to find that jab. Jake also circling to his right, trying to not get hit with a right hook or a right power punch by AJ. Jake's been good to get off his center line so far. Yeah, AJ just trying to find those power punches. Misses a big one. Logan doing theatrics on the sideline. 45 seconds into round 2 here. Not too much happening. AJ in the center of the ring. Jake Paul still circling. Tries to find a body punch. AJ blocks a high guard. Good for him. Good at blocking. Trying to find these feints. Jake Paul circling left, circling right. Still circling right. Finds his footing into the corner again. I think he's going to try and lull AJ into the corner and try and find that right hook. No, Jake's only up to his nose. They break out of the clinch here. Nearing midway through the fight, Jake kind of looking offline, kind of giving AJ kind of this weird look with his eyes. Almost like a no-look pass from a quarterback of sorts. He's setting up for that right punch, something that he's been really looking forward to. But AJ really needs to start teeing off here. He needs to win round 2, of course. You want to win every round that you can. Jake kind of getting his feet too even there as he kind of approaches the center of the circle. Jake circling out to the left after getting strung up on the ropes. He's trying to lull AJ to these ropes and into that corner. He's doing it every single time. He's done it 3 times here consecutively. Jake coming into the clinch here. Mooney, thank you so much for the lurk, by the way. Much love. 1 minute left in round 2 here, Nationers. They are in the clinch. Jake trying to make this a dirty fight. You want to try and go to the body. You know, he turns his head so you can't hit him behind. Can't do that. There's illegal shots. Can't do that. AJ trying to set that jab. Again, he is with the reach advantage. He does not need to go as far. If he wants to land, he's going to have to go into the danger zone. The gray zone, I would say, in boxing, where you know you're vulnerable. AJ stepping in, teeing off. Big, heavy feet. He looks good. He looks smooth. He looks very big. His legs are massive compared to Jake. His legs are the size of, like, Jake's torso. Jesus, man. He is quite the behemoth there, but Jake breaks out of the clinch. 15 seconds left. I would probably give AJ this round. Nothing happens. Jake gets hit with a body shot there as they kind of both go into that gray zone. AJ still finding that jab very effective. Has not been taking any damage at all. Jake has been taking pretty much everything. They don't look like they're damaged so far, but anything that Jake has thrown, nothing has landed effectively. I probably give it a 2-2 or a 1-1 round so far. But yeah, Mooney, great to see you in here, by the way. I hope that you're doing well. Coaching up on the sideline here, Nationers. Been a pretty good boxing fight so far. I mean, nothing too crazy. Jake's just doing a lot of theatrics. He's sticking out his tongue here, eyes wide open. Again, I think you got to make it sloppy. Joshua definitely got this if Jake keeps getting caught in the corners. I do too. I think Jake's still looking for that one punch. In my opinion, I think he's still looking for something overhand right, even if it's not exactly what he's teeing up there. But I don't think Jake is necessarily getting caught in the corners. I think he continues to move to the corners, and Anthony just kind of keeps charging in. Kind of intentionally, kind of not, but I think AJ definitely has it right now too. So with that said, Nationers, we head into round 3. Jake, I think, narrowly missed a right hook from Anthony Joshua there. A lot of people have it 2-0 Paul or 2-0 Anthony. Looks like Anthony Joshua just hit a right hook there. That one lands. Jake ate it pretty good. Wasn't a flush pass there so far, but we head in very tense. I have it 1-1 so far. Anthony going low to the body. Again, he does have the size. I think Jake will still make this a dirty fight. Jake will still make this a dirty, dirty fight here. 2 minutes left in this round. Jake is still finding that clinch. I think that's going to be his saving grace. He did a lot with Tommy Fury. He did, even Logan Paul did a lot with Floyd Mayweather. When you're outmatched, you have to find it in this gray zone. Jake almost slipping up on the ropes there. Oh my goodness, yeah. Surprisingly, Anthony Joshua was throwing 47 total punches, where Paul has only thrown 19. I feel like that's a lot more of a gap than I would have thought. It would have been about 25 to maybe 39, but like 25 to 40. I didn't think it was that much of a discrepancy. AJ's actually throwing a lot of punches. A lot more landed. Yeah, so Jake's still throwing this like upward sucker punch you would see in like those boxing games where you tap the buttons. That's been very much like that. So, yeah, they're back into the clinch. Jake's still looking for the shot. AJ finding himself some shots, teeing off in the clinch here. Found a body shot, trying to find that head as well. AJ looking smooth. 1 minute left. 1:10 exactly. Yep. Jake still setting up that right on his chest here. AJ just feinting, left jab, nice. Doesn't land. Not a whole lot of them landed. Jake is grabbing the ropes. I don't know how illegal that is. Anthony Joshua with a left hook and a right hook to the body, to the face, excuse me. Doesn't land though. Barely misses, but he's looking for that 1-2 combo. Left body shot, right overhand. Jake still finding that clinch. I think he's trying to weigh down Anthony Joshua's legs so far. I think he's trying to do that. I mean, that's what you do in a clinch a lot. And he's going real low. He's trying to tire those legs out. Trying to make Anthony Joshua sit a lot more because he won't be as agile. He won't be as bouncy. And Jake's still looking for that right overhand. He's looking for it too much, in my opinion. Anthony can absolutely, 1, take that shot. 2, he can roll pretty good out of it. I mean, unless he's going to look right, he fades. And then maybe he gets him ducking down and actually goes for an uppercut instead. That could be a good game plan. But I think Jake Paul has been very fortunate that he's fought a lot of very inexperienced pro fighters. Round 3 is over. I got that 2-1 AJ. Definitely got this. Yeah, I think Joshua, AJ, again, a lot of people look at those first rounds and are like, oh my gosh, like Jake's gonna, oh my God, what is AJ doing? AJ's hardly even sweating, dude. I'm looking at it on the sideline right now. He hardly has any sweat on him. Mind you, I guess his hair is not as floppy as Jake's, but Jake's definitely taken a lot to the eye. See some highlights here. Jake finding these tall punches, kind of punching to the side. I mean, AJ hit some good shots. He hit a lot of good body shots this round. Jake's just making it sloppy. Bro, Jake will not stop grabbing. He's only trying to survive. Yeah, no, absolutely, Grim. We talked about in our pre-fight, like, he's going to... They're 8 rounds. If this were a 12-rounder, I think his strategy would be different, but 8 rounds goes by like that. Round 4 here, Nationers. 3 minutes on the clock. Let's see how Jake responds after probably losing the last 2 rounds and losing them pretty badly. Finally throws that overhand right here. AJ, he's thrown a lot of shots, not a whole lot have landed, but Jake has been trying to make this very dirty right now. I don't think Jake will win based off that, if that makes sense. I don't think Jake will win off a clinch. He's, 1, trying to tire AJ's legs out in the clinch, and he's also just trying to set up for a certain shot. He's going to try and throw that overhand. He throws it there. AJ eats it. He got a nice little left jab there. A lot of people clapping in the crowd. He hits another left one. AJ able to eat all those shots. The overhand right, he absolutely ate. It wasn't the most effective. But yeah, I think they're going to have to deduct a point for Jake if he keeps doing this. He's gone to the ground multiple times. He's just playing dirty, man. And the thing is, he's trying to control the narrative because he thinks if he can make it all 8 rounds, not get knocked out, still make it out, it looks good for him, and it's going to look like, oh, AJ couldn't finish the fight. You know what I mean? Yeah, and very much so. I mean, mind you, I think Jake would have won that fight regardless, especially as we saw in the 7th and 8th round there. You know, he kind of let up, realized Mike was just kind of wanting to get out of that fight. But yeah, I don't mind the hugging, but I unfortunately do mind the tactics that are with it. Trying to fall to his legs, trying to hurt him, Again, trying to make this a dirty fight. 130 left. AJ whiffs on a right hook. A lot of people in the crowd clapping. I know Jake has a lot of people ringside. He tries to throw that overhand right. And the ref waves off. Jake falls again. He's still slipping in that same side, by the way. I know a lot of people are going to say, like, oh, is that Anthony Joshua? That is all Jake, by the way. That is all Jake. Minute left. He keeps sliding on that same side, too, right on the DraftKings. Maybe that's a good way to get a promo. AJ, he's coming a little too square. He's coming to too little retro boxing. I don't really like that. AJ with a nice uppercut. Don't know if it landed in the clinch there. AJ trying to throw a few feints. Jake Paul circling to his left. AJ still controlling into the corner. Jake with a double jab to get him out of that corner. Jake, yeah, oh yeah, he's looking for that uppercut. So I said it earlier. When he's here looking for this, I think AJ's looking for him to throw that overhand right? But the thing is that I think he's going to throw, but he's really going to throw an uppercut because it's going to get AJ moving right. He's going to get an uppercut up the middle. So they're going to call time on this, by the way, Nation. They're going to call a time on this. Nothing happened. Jake just continues to fall. That is all Jake. I wonder what Twitter's saying, man. This is all Jake falling. Nothing has to do with AJ did not rip down. Jake continuously just keeps falling, man. That is nothing to do with AJ and everything to do with Jake, man. Everything to do with Jake. He's looking for like an elbow. Yeah, Jake Paul match highlights, just people circling a room. Honestly, that. Yeah, and I'm sure he's maybe even trying to hurt his knee. Anthony Joshua, big body, his knee. I mean, pretty strong, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I mean, that's been kind of the fight so far. 30 seconds here. We'll listen to it without any music. Here we go. Double jab by Jake Paul. Keeping his distance here. He finds a left hook landed. This one's a hard... Oh, the music did replay. My bad. Jake goes to the ground again, dude. Dude, Jesus. He keeps falling. This is... Yeah, Logan Paul's trying to get in the head of AJ right now because he's sitting right in his corner. Jesus Christ, man. This has been... Holy good. Is this a freaking wipeout? Is this wipeout, dude? Is this wipeout? Is this a professional boxing? This is what people really spent their money on doing? Jesus. Like, you got to deduct a point by Jake, man. I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of things. Dude, he keeps falling every single clinch at this point, man. Just let it bounce, go into the third round, or the fourth round now, Nationers. Yeah. I think I still got 3-1 AJ. I think that first round went to Jake, but that was just because AJ just kind of didn't do anything. At least somewhat actively Jake was. But yeah, this fight has been crazy. How would you give a quick summary of the boxing to someone who is kind of new to boxing? This is not true boxing. This is gimmick boxing, by the way. Like, for somebody that's watched like good boxers fight, a lot of like title fights. I don't watch like casual boxing a lot of the time. I watch a lot of breakdowns, but this is gimmick fighting. Jake right now, his sole goal is to make it through all 8 rounds. Say that he went 8 rounds with Anthony Joshua to prove to himself that he can. And it's like, well, technically he didn't get knocked out, so it's like he can make it. And so then he needs to up the level with someone, maybe like Tyson Fury, people have been mentioning. Yeah, Joshua barely looks tired. Joshua looks like he's thrown like 50 punches in warm-ups. It looks like he's warming up. You know what I mean? A summary of boxing might be a little interesting because I guess this is not boxing, by the way. This is gimmick boxing. But boxing is super fun. Like, obviously, all upper body. You know, you have clinching, you have hooks, you have people who have different fighting stances, orthodox, southpaw. You have people... Styles do make fights. That's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. Yeah, so they gave that round to Paul. Kind of rough. You have those 2 little weird knockdowns. AJ just absolutely ate an overhand right. Absolutely just ate an overhand right. What the frick? You gotta give him a knockdown. He keeps going to his knees, dude. He keeps going to his knees. That's voluntary going to his knees. I mean, after that Nate Diaz fight, should have gone. He had that PFF contract that he still has not even done a single thing for. Jake Paul still circling AJ with a few body shots there. Into the corner. Jake trying to look for the overhand right. I don't think he connected, but it was close. AJ going to the body. Logan just going crazy on the sideline. Still, I mean, that entire back line is all Jake's fandom. Jake continues to throw this overhand right, and it 2 times has landed, and every time it's just been okay. Like, has done nothing to AJ. Yeah, and AJ very well could be messing with him. He keeps trying to throw this overhand right. AJ keeps countering it pretty well. Did Jake get hurt? Did he twist an ankle? I'm not too sure. He kind of stumbled there. Dude, he keeps going to the freaking ground, dude. That's not him ripping. Oh, it's a knockdown. They're going to count it as a knockdown. Finally, oh my gosh, dude. See, he stumbled twice, stumbled once in this round, and then actually knockdown. So that's a legit knockdown. Yeah, I would have thought that would have just been like, oh, he went to the ground, but that is a legit knockdown. So that's going to be one deduction of 1 point, by the way. Jake is still looking for that knockout shot, by the way. Oh, and it's another knockdown! It's another knockdown. AJ hits him with a left hook. Thank you, by the way, Gabs. Standing 8 count, gets a standing 8 count. He's fine. He's not like crazy stumbling, but Jake's legs are definitely kind of gone right now. The entire crowd is definitely on Jake's side. I mean, American or not, they're down in Miami. And Jake is definitely outmatched right now for sure. He's going to send him to the corner. He's going to look for that overhand right because that's all that he knows he has. All that he knows he has. He knows that his only shot is to hit him with his overhand right. Yeah, good high guard by AJ. Absolutely blocks that overhand right. Absolutely blocks. He's going to go for the uppercut this time. Get him off center line. He's going to go for the uppercut. Jake's trying to go for the overhand right tactic. Twice it didn't go. One time it was blocked. The other time it whiffed. He's going to try and go for an uppercut this time. It's the only thing he's got to beat AJ right now. Jake is outmatched. He's got 4 seconds left. He's going to try and make it out of this round. You get knocked down 3 times in 1 round, you are finished. But luckily, he only got knocked down twice, Nationers. That's absolutely going to AJ, man. Jake getting knocked down twice? I thought his leg stumble, by the way, Nationers, was before the first knockdown. I thought his leg stumble was just like toying, like, Maybe it might have been true. By the way, I need to get myself a Christmas sweater. These things are really nice. Like, you could buy them super, I mean, maybe they're like $60. But you could probably find some $40 ones somewhere. I don't know how expensive this one was. But it's going well, Gabs. How are you doing today? And also, happy holidays to you, Parker. Merry Christmas to you. I don't know if you celebrate Christmas, but, sharing my Merry Christmas to you regardless. But, yeah, Jake, I'm surprised some of the ones in the last round didn't count as a knockdown. Oh, yeah. Got him with a nice little low left hook. Kind of this low, like off-center hook. Yeah, so Jake actually threw an overhand right. Looked like it actually landed. And yeah, Joshua absolutely just ate it. Yeah, for Jake right now, round 6 here, Nationers. Round 6. This is, let's take it back to round number 1 music here. Round 6 here. Is Jake Paul going to make a comeback? I don't know. He does a little high upper jabs. Kind of falling into the ropes here. That would be considered a knockdown. Does Jake just keep falling? Is he like... Jesus Christ. Oh, they're going to count that as a knockdown. They're going to count that as a knockdown. I don't think Jake's going to quit. I think on the world stage like this, he cannot quit, man. His legs are definitely gone, though. Every time he falls forward, his equilibrium's so off. He's going to look for an uppercut this time. He's not looking for an overhand right. Jake Paul with a jab, just trying to get range. Circles to the left. AJ cornering him here. Overhand right. Doesn't really land too flush. Hits him with an uppercut. AJ... able to fend that one off. Jake looking for that uppercut. Body shot, jab, left hook, uppercut by AJ. AJ is teeing off. Jake gives him a little tongue action. Well, okay, sorry. Bad choice of words there. Anywho, trying to find that range again. AJ, again, the bigger body, left uppercut. Doesn't land flush. AJ hit him with some power shots here. Tee off. Left hook lands. Right hook lands. Jake Paul goes down. Jake Paul is down. He gets knocked out again. He's looking to his corner. He's going to get a standing 8 count. It's knocked. It's waved off. It's waked off. Jake Paul TKO'd for the first time in his career. AJ, the UK. This is vengeance for the Revolutionary War. Okay? Jake Paul knocked out by TKO. I didn't think that Jake was going to go out. I said it. Round 6 KO. I called it. I called it, Nationers. Run it back. Show this on the Clips channel. Run it back. Who do I got winning? I got Anthony Joshua winning in the 5th or 6th round. I think I'd probably take the latter. I think I'm probably going to take the 6th round. Round 6 KO. I called it. I called it. Man, absolutely started teeing off. If you guys were here before the stream, I called it. A lot of people are like, 1st, 2nd round. That's never how these fights go. Never how these fights go. I said either 5th or 6th. I would take the latter. I told 6. Anthony Joshua hardly looks tired, dude. He hardly looks tired. I am watching a man that just sparred. Jake Paul TKO'd.